Notre Dame Belmont is a Challenge Success member school in Northern California's Bay Area. This is a look at how their transition from a traditional schedule to a block schedule designed to enhance academic engagement had the added benefit of reducing academic stress. As part of a bigger plan to address the curriculum, engagement, and well-being, the school looked specifically at symptoms of stress and root causes of stress in their community. One root cause of stress was the schedule. Specifically, it did not allow the school to achieve their curricular goals. Student stress was affecting performance. There was a desire to dedicate time to improve student engagement, enhance student activities, balance time for student athletes, slow down the pace of the day, and provide opportunity for collaboration between teachers, between students, and between teachers and students. They looked at their school schedule and saw the challenges in a 7-period day with a floating period every day. The pacing of the schedule conflicted with the curricular goals of the school.
Students only saw their teachers 4 times a week, and so on Mondays they had periods 1 through 7, and then starting Tuesday there was a period called Float 8 that floated around the schedule and knocked one of the periods out of the schedule. So Tuesday it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Float 8, 7, and then Wednesdays it knocked 3rd period out, and Thursdays it knocked 2nd period out, and then Fridays it knocked 1st period out. So they only saw their teachers 4 days a week and for 50-minute periods. The 50 minutes went by very, very fast. And I mean, once you take attendance and the classes I taught were religion classes and then did prayer, you were already 10 minutes into the period. And then, towards the end of the period, the students know the bell's about to ring, and so they're starting to wrap things up. So it went by very quickly.
I had the traditional 8 with Float 8, and that was my sophomore year. And I found it to be very stressful. I mean, it was a very hectic schedule. We were constantly moving. We didn't have quite as much time in class to cover the material we needed to. Oftentimes I saw the teachers trying to fit in more, or they would have more planned for the day, but we weren't able to get as much done. And then in my junior year, we switched into block schedule, which immediately I think everybody really picked up on it and really enjoyed it. And we saw the effects of that, of changing to block schedule very quickly.
Block scheduling allows for a more meaningful academic experience. It provides a longer period for classes while maintaining the same overall time for each subject. This provides teachers the time to facilitate longer discussions, active learning, labs, and projects. It gives students the opportunity to reflect on their learning in class. The block schedule also offers students the opportunity to collaborate with one another and teachers, and it offers teachers the opportunity to collaborate with one another and students. Finally, the block schedule allows for fewer interruptions and transitions, creating a healthier pace to the day that encourages greater engagement. The decision to change the schedule was not an easy one. It involved organization and managing logistics. For example, changing the schedule resulted in losing an early dismissal every Friday, which was not popular. Teachers had to prepare to teach in longer segments. It was important for all the stakeholders involved to understand the benefits of the block schedule in order for them to embrace it. To provide a smooth transition to a block schedule, Notre Dame established 3 committees: an Operations, Planning, and Policy Committee. The Operations Committee was in charge of reviewing advisory time, the yearly calendar, and developing a master schedule. The Planning Committee conducted research on best practices and professional development with regard to block scheduling. They managed marketing and the calendar for implementation of the schedule change. The Policy Committee defined contractual and student expectations, including collaboration. The process happened in 4 phases, and the first phase served as a foundation for what followed. In the first phase, the 3 committees worked to identify the symptoms and root causes of stress at their school. They developed a vision statement and a plan to accomplish their vision. The vision statement represents the voices of all the stakeholders in the school community. It recognizes the existence of stress in students' lives and seizes the opportunity to teach students how to accept stress and how to manage it. In the second phase of the committee's work, they hosted in-service speakers and worked on the curriculum and schedule. Many of these efforts were toward educating the community about the importance of managing stress. The school supported and educated the community to make the transition as meaningful as possible. During in-service days, experts, including teachers experienced with block schedules, worked with faculty and staff on how to adapt their curriculum, manage their instructional time with longer teaching periods, and use those block periods to go deeper and engage students in their learning. Faculty attended a workshop on block scheduling to help with planning and implementation. Teachers visited sites with block schedules to experience a day of block periods, including class periods and professional collaboration. Teachers were included in the development of the curriculum, a theme-based approach to instruction. The school made the new curriculum available to members of the school community on a website. And the proposed schedule included collaboration time for students and faculty. In the third phase, the 3 committees continued to plan for more professional development and involved students in part of the education process. The administration approved a professional learning community within departments to encourage continuing professional development. Students were included in the transition and had the opportunity to shadow at schools using block schedules. They reported their experiences back to faculty and parents.
We sent students out to shadow at schools that had block schedule, and then they reported back to the teachers their experience as a student going through block schedule. And then while they were at the school that they shadowed, they interviewed other students, asked them, what do you like about it, what don't you like about it. They talked to teachers about it, and then when they reported back to faculty, they could give the student perspective, and I think that was really helpful. That happened the year before we switched.
In the fourth phase, the 3 committees took time to reflect and continue to plan for the future. At the end of the 4 phases, the school recognized the need for reflection on the process and took the time and energy to plan for continued success. In one instance, the school reverted back to the original 7-period schedule for a single day to accommodate a special assembly. Upon reflecting, the students and staff alike were shocked at how exhausting and ineffective the 7-period schedule seemed compared to the new block schedule. This experience reinforced the benefits of the block schedule pacing for the entire school community.
We had more time in the classes, more time to get things done, and it also gave us more time as students to get our work done and have the quality level of our work, I think, increased because we were given more time to find help if we needed to or consult different resources. I know in one of my chemistry classes, having the block schedule or having the longer class period gave us more time for labs and doing more hands-on learning. And then I remember our chemistry teacher, she showed us we watched Indiana Jones, I think, for 20 minutes of class, and at the end she said, okay, did anyone notice the chemical composition of the statue he threw? That's not possible. Let's figure out a way, where were the Hollywood people making a mistake here? How is this not scientific? And so I thought that was a really awesome way to learn. It kind of gave us a different perspective, and having the 80 minutes gave us time to do that. With a traditional schedule, we were very much just, this is the assignment, or this is the lesson, let's do it, get it done, and then on to your next class. But I think with the 80 minutes, it gave us more time to absorb material in ways we normally wouldn't, and doing different activities that let us learn in different ways.
It is nice to have a longer period of time. You don't see the students as often, maybe 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. But it's nice to have that block to actually do something more than just try to get through the lesson really quickly, and there's more time for group discussion.
There were several key parts to the process of implementing a block schedule. Meet regularly. These meetings involved weighing the benefits and challenges and addressing the challenges. Balanced team. All the stakeholders involved were represented, including students, teachers, counselors, administrators, and parents. Time. In this situation, the process took 2 years. The planning and preparation allowed for a smooth transition. Every Challenge Success school follows its own timeline, which is defined by its unique profile. Educate all stakeholders. Finally, it was important to educate all the stakeholders involved in the changes. The school planned faculty development, student awareness, and parent education to support the change. With this support, everyone had a chance to understand the changes and the effects they would have.